Alright guys, before we get into this video, I want to talk to you about Futtrading.co.uk. It's a website run by myself and V273 where we help you guys to make millions of coins on FIFA every single month. I know you guys mentioned that I talk about it a lot in my videos, but the reason for that is the website helps allow us both to be full-time, and it means I'm able to bring out 3, sometimes 4 videos a day on YouTube because I can pay for an editor and give those who can't afford the website as many trading tips as I possibly can do. £10 a month gets you access to Tier 1, which gives you buying and selling prices for silver cards, special cards, icons and Thursday flips. Tier 2 is £15 a month. It includes all of Tier 1 and access to live filters, our ChemStar area, which is extremely effective right now. Hundreds of thousands of coins being made every day from there. And our fluctuation area, where we monitor the market for lows and highs, allowing you to make as much coins as possible. So make sure you check it out. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe down below. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload. 3 uploads a day on this channel. The morning is usually League SBC Method to Glory. Me showing you guys how to craft packs, players, all that awesome stuff. Evening video is a trading video. That's this video. And the midnight content is either usually some form of content we've got in the game for the day, talking about the game, sometimes even more trading. Just basically ways to help you guys out in this game. That's what I care about. As I record this, we're well on the way to 19,000 subscribers, so make sure you do subscribe if you're new around here. Smash that like button, let's try and get it up to 150 likes, I'm sure we can do that. Comment down below if anything you want to see on the channel, which is why this video actually exists. And don't forget to check me out on YouTube live in the mornings at 9:30, and then in the evenings on Twitch at 5:30. But this video is a video that I bring out quite often in terms of a trading method that I love using. But a lot of you guys have said to me you want a bit more detail about how you trade with silvers and how you trade with cards like that at the lower end. So I want to go into a bit more detail today. So this video will contain some silver filters for you for tonight in terms of how to make profit and whatever. Some more Libertadores filters because you guys don't really, I think, know about Libertadores as an option to buy into. And basically how we buy and how we sell. And really we're talking specific this week because of the fact we've got Team of the Year coming. Normally with silvers, when we buy them on the Thursday, the reason we buy them on the Thursday is because Marquee Matchups comes out. And everyone opens up their Marquee Matchup packs and it brings the silver market down en masse. We buy in at the low and we sell at the high. And that's a generic week. However, Team of the Year is coming tomorrow. And so what I think a lot of people will be doing today is holding their Marquee Matchup packs. Not everyone, but a lot of people. And so there's actually going to be 2 buy-in points for silvers over the next 24, 48 hours. And you can rinse and repeat this for both of those days. So the first thing to note, as I always say about silvers, is they are really only affected by pack supply. They don't really tend to get affected too often by any other reason. The only time you see any sort of drop outside of silver pack supply, which is rare election packs, prime election packs, etc., is when we get a lot of gold packs being opened up, and that drags down the price of specific positions. So some teams have an 84 rated goalkeeper, and so their silver goalkeeper, the one that's the backup to that in real life, is quite expensive. They sometimes come down if the 84 rated comes down as well, but usually just pack supply. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is some filters and some teams you can use across the League SBCs and then the Libertadores. And then we're going to talk about how we buy, how we sell, and how you guys should be buying and selling for the next 2 days. So, we'll start off by looking at a few teams. And the most obvious one I'm going to show you guys is West Brom. And now, the reason I'm showing you West Brom isn't because you're going to find it easy to pick deals up for them. You're not. But if you do pick up deals for them, they're extremely expensive. As you can see, their defenders are extinct. Their midfielders are not far off extinct. They're basically 10,000 coins, their midfielders. It's very rare you get anything less than that. But West Brom's an obvious one. Now, the problem you've got with West Brom is everybody looks at West Brom. So let me just quickly see what midfielders I've got here. Everyone looks at West Brom. They all do because it's the most expensive one. West Brom, your play probably isn't to snipe them. People are all going to sit there sniping. Bidding is better. But when you're looking at silvers, right now, when I give you these filters, you need to go and check the prices of these cards on the game and make a note of them. So you know what they're selling for because you need to know what to buy in at. So basically, West Brom, every single position, you want to check the price of those silvers because they tend to do quite well. Another quite good filter for you guys is Crystal Palace left mids. They've got Jeffrey Schlupp, I believe his name is. I believe it's Schlupp they've got. Currently, he is selling for a lot. He's up high. Last night it was 2.5k, he's come up even further. Jeffrey Schlupp it is. He's 4,000 coins at the moment. So that's another good filter for you. Moving into the Serie A, we're going to Liga to start with. Strasbourg central midfielders and CDMs are good to look at. They're holding quite low at the moment, but I do genuinely believe they're going to rise quite quickly into Team of the Year. But again, you want to be picking these guys up close to discard as possible. Relatively close to discard as possible. You haven't got to be too close, but enough. Centre mids here. These cards are very, very cheap. Now, the reason I'm showing you these, even though they're cheap, is they're extremely easy to pick up at discard on bids. Don't always think just because a filter is 7,000 coins, you should go and buy those cards from that filter. It's not true. Because if you can pick these guys up on discard and sell them back for 600-700 coins tomorrow, the more of these you get, you're tripling your coins of your investment. So if you buy 50 of them at 200 coins, you're going to get back 3 times that amount you put in. And so 200 coins. Why am I trying to sort that up here? 50, 500, 5,000, 10,000 coins. You get 30,000 coins back. So the Strasbourg CMs do very, very well. People don't tend to bid on them very often. Going into Syria, one of my favourites simplistically is Udinese defenders. It's mainly centre-backs you want to look at here. But these are up very, very high at the moment. They're extremely high at the moment, in fact. 3,000 coins basically is the minimum they are right now. You need to check the price on your console, though, at closer to the time. But that's another very, very good filter you guys can use without fail tonight. And then Torino defenders as well. Now, Torino defenders, their centre-backs and left-backs sell for like average amounts, so not terribly expensive or terribly cheap. But their right-back, he can be very, very expensive at times. He's the only right-back that they have. And he can do very, very well. He's 2,400 at the moment. Again, check his price. Next one I want to talk about to you guys, and we haven't really gone into any detail about it, is the Libertadores. Libertadores and Sudamericano, in fact, they are very, very, very expensive cards a lot of the time. The reason being is that it's hard to search for a specific rating that you need for a team. And so what you need to avoid tonight is buying into Libertadores cards at a 75 rated or higher. You want the guys that are between 65 and 74, and even below that with the bronzes they can do quite well as well, but tonight you're looking for the guys in between 65 and 74. Now some of the better filters for that are Libertadores, and then the real sort of off nations is what you're talking about here. So things like Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, they're the sort of ones you want to look at, and again you want to check their price, and we're mainly looking at centre backs here. CDMs, CMs and CAMs, they do the best. The Paraguay centre backs, for example, right now for Libertadores, one right there for 1,500 coins. And the rest here sort of 1,800 coins. These are the sort of prices you need to mark down. We'll talk about buy prices in a second, but they're the sort of ones you want to look at. So again, Paraguay, Bolivia, Peru's quite good as well. Peru's not too bad. Again, centre-backs, CDMs, CMs, CAMs, they are the positions you want, okay? Now, I don't want you bad guys to be downstairs in my comments now going, who do I buy? I've just told you. I've literally just told you the positions and some filters that you guys go and buy into. So that should be more than enough for you guys to go on in terms of the filters. Now, obviously, you guys can probably think of some yourself and come up with it, but the website does have every single profitable silver filter on it if you do want to check it out. A lot of you guys sub today, so thank you for that. But they are your filters that you need to be looking at tonight in terms of buying in. Now, normally the rule we come up with and we set, because we've done it many times, is about a 40% drop-off. That's still possible in a night like tonight. But really, you want to use a bit of common sense tonight because we're going to see less packs being opened up, guaranteed, because it's marquee matchups. And so you need to think to yourself, idealistically, am I going to get 40% drop off tonight? Probably not. So really what you need to do is pick up the best deals you possibly can. I'd look for a 40% drop off without a doubt. But for me tonight, the play is going to be bids because I think you're going to find it very competitive to try and pick them up elsewhere. So I would be looking tonight at doing what I'm doing right now. So I know that Paraguay centre-backs are selling for about 1,500 coins. I can go and bid on them. And we look at bidding on them down here. So go to transfer targets. And you know that Paraguay centre-backs are selling for 1,500 minimum. You can bid on these guys up to 1,001, 1,002 and flip them on. But tonight, obviously, the price will come down. So the Paraguay centre-backs get down to 1,200. You bid 600-700 coins. Now, why is this so overpowered? Because what happens tomorrow is people start stacking packs of Team of the Year and those prices come up. So you're bidding based upon the market price right now, which is what a lot of people will be doing. But you've got one eye on the fact that those Libertadores cards, those silver cards, will climb tomorrow once the supply is over. And so you're bidding at a low end and then selling for even further profit. So yes, I'm bidding right now at 1,200 on this card here. But tonight, if he comes down to 1,200 and I'm bidding at 600, in 24 hours time, he may be up at 1,500. And I've got myself a nice 900 coin profit before tax. And that's how we buy silvers. And that's the most important thing to do. So between 6:20 and 7 o'clock, look for your snipes, your undercuts. Look for people listing them. But let the market come down between 6 and 6:20. Don't buy in that gap there. Market comes down, 6:20 to 7 o'clock, you start buying in on snipes. And then from 7 p.m. onwards for the rest of the night, make a mixture of sniping, but mainly bidding. Bidding is far, far, far more effective on these silvers than anything else. And now I've given you some filters there. But again, I've said this a million one times to you guys before, a lot of times. Go onto Futbin and go onto Futwiz. And it's not hard, I promise you it isn't. Because a lot of you guys will comment down below and say to me, who do I buy? And I've told you in the video who to buy in terms of filters. But also, all you've got to do is go to Futbin and look at each team. So you can go across to I'll show you in a second. So I want to show you in a second. You can go across to the Premier League and look at teams which are likely to be silver heavy. Now, what teams are likely to be silver heavy in each league? Obviously teams that are either lower end of the table normally or have just been promoted up because they would have been silver cards last year. There's no point looking at Man City for silver cards because most of them are gold. You want to be looking towards the lower end of it because you need them to basically get the SBC done. You have to use the silvers for that. You don't need the silver to complete Man City, so that's important. But what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Futbin now and Futwiz so I can show you guys basically what cards you can look at, how you start looking up cards, because it's a really, really easy process. And I think sometimes it gets a bit overcomplicated. So I'll be right back with that. I'll see you then. So before I show you Futbin, I do want to show you how we work on the website. Benevento is one I've shown you guys before in the video. So these are the positions for Benevento you can use. Again, we update these prices manually every single day before content drops. And basically we give you the pre-6 PM price and we give you a buy price for them. And the buy price basically means that you're not going to make a loss. At some point, the cards will go back up in value again. You make a profit from it. So that's how we do it on the website. But if you can't do that, you can't afford it. Some people can't. Again, I think some of you need to learn how to navigate Futbin. It's a very, very easy site to navigate once you get there. But again, my way of doing it is FIFA 21 leagues. I'll have a look at FIFA 21 leagues. And then I'll look at the major leagues that have got League SBC. So for the sake of arguments here, we'll probably go with Syria. Let's go across to Syria. And I'm going to look. And you can look at the teams that are lower that are down the table right now in the table. Or look at teams that have just been promoted. But clubs, I'll go down to Benevento, for example, and show you. And it's very easy to see where the silvers are. Because they've only got 2 golds. So they've only got a centre-back and a centre-forward. The rest of this team is silver. So I can have a look at all these cards. Now, this is the important point I make about silvers. The price does not get updated. On Futbin or Futwiz, they're quite weak at doing it. 9 weeks ago on Futbin. So it's your job to then go and look for more filters yourself and say, okay, cool, what they're selling for. Do not rely upon the prices you see. They're incredibly inaccurate. It's why the tool we use on the website is so powerful, because we manually update that with the prices so you guys don't have to. But again, you can see Benevento. Then all you've got to do is cross-reference this with their League SBC. You go to Benevento on the game, see what positions you need for them. So, for example, left mids. Do I need left mids for Benevento? Yes or no? If I don't need them, I'll stay away from them. Will I need centre mids? Of course I will. Will I need centre backs? Of course I will. Right backs? You do. So that's how you go and do it. And that's how you find your filters. And you repeat that process again. So we can come out of Benevento, we can get rid of Benevento. We can change to a different club. And we go, okay, cool, let's go Crotone, for example. And again, it's a full silver club. The whole club is silver. So you know basically that that's going to be a team that's going to be expensive to compete for an SBC. Their silvers are going to be very, very expensive. And that's really how you go about finding these filters outside of it. It takes a lot of work. It took me a long time. When the game first came out, when SBC first comes out, it's why I pride myself on my silver spreadsheet. Because it's a lot of work to do. Now, selling them. You do not sell silvers overnight. Ever. Period. You take them off the market, you let them become rarer, and you let the market rise. Do not be that person that lists overnight because you hold the whole market down. You can't complain then if your cards don't sell. You list next day, and when you come to list the cards, you're listing 1 or 2 at a time, letting them sell 1 or 2 at a time. Because if you list 10 at a time, all that happens is someone comes along and undercuts you on that. So when I say 1 or 2 at a time, it doesn't mean that you have to list 1 silver card, but 1 or 2 from each position. So say you did go out and buy Benevento right backs, 1 or 2 of those at a time. You can then list a Benevento centre back as well, no problem. But if you list 4 or 5 right backs, 5 or 6 right backs, 7 or 8 right backs, all that happens is they sit there, you get undercut for ages, market comes down, you lose out on coins. 1 or 2 at a time is what you do. But my advice for you tonight is to buy in tonight, have them sold tomorrow. Make the profit you can get. Will every single card make a big profit? No, but most will make you a very solid profit. Once you've done that, you get them all sold off because there's a second buy-in point tomorrow with Friday content with people stacking their packs. And that is where it's massively relevant for you guys because it's 2 opportunities here to make a lot of coins very, very quickly. Outside of that, you can flip silvers. Tomorrow when people start selling, you can buy and flip them and do whatever it is with that. But that's another story. Tonight is all about mass investing and making profit in that way. Hopefully this video has helped you guys. There's no more simplistic way I can sum it up than this. It's as simplistic as I can possibly make it for those of you that want to invest in this sort of stuff. But if you're not sure, I am live on Twitch right now, 5:30 PM. So come over to Twitch, watch the live stream. I will help you as much as I can do. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss an upload. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.